Hey everybody, Zach92 here, back with the final part of my complete VHS, DVD / Blu-ray collection video. I'm hoping this is the last part, and I'm hoping it doesn't take nearly as long as my previous one, and then, just because I have, I think, about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 or 7 piles left, which is honestly not that much in comparison to what I have done already, and then if you hear noise in the background, that's just my laptop going off because it's playing YouTube videos and then like annoying ads in between. And then my TV's also going off, so if you hear noises, that's just what it is. And if there's any music or anything like that in the background, I don't own it, so just want to let you know. Okay, so let's see what's up next in my collection. See if I can reach it. I'm doing it during the day this time. Better lighting, because it actually just got done storming. So it's actually getting a little sunny right now. Let's see if I can get these movies piled. Maybe. I can make sure they don't fall. And scooch some of my other piles over. Let's see. Trying to make sure I don't drop any. And some of my DVDs, since this stupid paint on the floor makes everything stick to it. Believe me, I'm trying to get this done as quick as possible, but the floor makes everything stick. It's really obnoxious. Anyway, first up is Shrek's Thrilling Tales. These are the glow-in-the-dark series that were limited edition artwork for these DVDs. I've done unboxings for these. Now, I'm a big fan of Shrek 1 and 2 and 4. 3 was terrible in my personal opinion. There were some moments in it that were decent. But then they made also little spin-offs of like Halloween specials. And The Ghost of Lord Farquaad was actually like a 3D event. But they took out the 3D event and just called it The Ghost of Lord Farquaad rather than Shrek 3D. And then there were Aliens vs. Monsters, which was an okay movie. Kind of messed up. It's not exactly not even remotely my favorite movie, but it's an alright one. Then there's the Pig Who Cried Werewolf, which was actually probably my favorite special of this. I thought it was funny. But yeah, these actually do glow in the dark. It's just the outlines, and then, you know, where you can see like all these highlighted lines all around here on Shrek, on Bob. I think that's his name, is from the movie. And I do have another one, and this one was released the same year and same time. This one is Scared Shrekless. It's supposed to be, the S word, cuss word, which I obviously don't do. This one was actually a pretty good special. It's definitely better, probably the best Halloween-ish Shrek special. I think it's definitely even has like a parody of the song Thriller. This special though was really, really funny. I like this special. Has a glow-in-the-dark sleeve cover. Those little specials were good. And let's see if I can get the next one, which is Shrek the Halls. I do have, drat, I forgot to grab it. Well, just to let you know, I do have that original unboxing of Shrek 1 on DVD that I did at least like about 10 years ago now. I do have it. It's downstairs in its sleeve in nearly mint condition from when I opened it 10 years ago. Just gonna let you know that's where it is, so that way in case people are wondering, where's your Shrek 1? I'm like, I still have it on DVD. It's just not in this room currently. Shrek the Halls was actually a good special. Watched it a lot in my late teen years. This came out, I think, roughly 2007-ish? I think, roughly 2007, 2008. And this DVD version of it came out in 2013. This was after Shrek 3. So this was before Shrek 4 and after Shrek 3. So roughly 2007, 2008-ish. Definitely a good special. People called it a classic, gave it a really high rating. I do like it. I really do like it. I watch it every year. It's not my personal favorite special from Shrek, but it is still memorable. Next up is my original copy of Shrek 2. I've had this since I was little. This is my original copy of this movie. These used to have these little clasps. Oh, they still do. They still have the little clasps that some DVD cases would have. And there's the disc. It's an original copy of my Shrek 2. Shrek 1's downstairs, so I do have it, just want to let you know. Got Shrek the Third. Honestly, pretty bad movie. Didn't really care for it. Shrek 4 was a much better movie, but still not great. Didn't care for the villain, but the story itself was decent. Then we got Despicable Me, and actually a good movie. I do think Despicable Me 2 is better, but 1 is still, honestly, a classic. Now here comes the fun part, trying to get these all from the pile. Maybe I should put the pile upside down, so that way it makes it easier. So far, got it? Okay. Yeah, here we go. Next up, Despicable Me 2, my original copy. Definitely the best Despicable Me movie, had the best story. So, I don't like this movie, but it was given to me as a gift from Christmas a few years ago. I still have also the bonus disc that it came with. I don't know what it is. This was, I guess, at Target. My mom got it for me for Christmas the year it came out in a steelbook case, which I still have because it's a gift. I'm not going to just throw it away. I really do think this movie is pretty bad. Some scenes in it were good. The ending was good with Gru, but I didn't really care for the movie itself. Next up, Despicable Me 3. Same copy I've had since launch. Not really a good movie. I thought it was better than at least Minions, but it's still not an amazing movie. I'll watch it when I want to, I guess, but it's just not something I care for. Next up is my second copy of Rise of the Guardians. My original one that I've had on my YouTube channel has been gone for years, and then just repurchased it. Oh, excuse me. So anxiety's a little high, so bear with me on how I speak or anything like that, just because my anxiety's a little high. Next up is my Ice Age triple pack, or what they call a triple feature on here. So Ice Age 1 is my favorite. Ice Age 2 is pretty good. It's not amazing. Didn't even care for Dawn of the Dinosaurs that much. It was okay. It was not amazing. It had some moments that were good. Just didn't like it that much. Then we got Ice Age Continental Drift. This was the last one I got of Ice Age because I didn't care for the 5th movie in the slightest. And now that Disney owns them, we'll never see the new ones after this one. This was the last one before Disney bought the company out, because they only bought them out like a year or so ago. So this movie came out like almost 9 years ago or so. This one's actually pretty good. This one's better, mostly better than the 3rd one. Next up is The Iron Giants, a movie that I actually watched when I was a kid and I liked, but as an adult, it's not as good as I remember it being. It's an okay movie. The Iron Giant himself is really cool. I like the character, but I don't like the anti-gun thing that they push in it. So it's a good movie. It's just not a great one. Next up is Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, quick story about this. I'm not getting the sequel on DVD and Blu-ray, or on 4K, which I was originally going to do. Mainly because there's some things in the second movie that I did not appreciate, and that's pretty much why I am not going to get it. But I still have the original movie on this Blu-ray bundle. Good movie. The only character I don't like is the guy, the James Marsden. I can't stand him. But the movie itself was still a good movie. If it was just Sonic and Robotnik, and it would have been a better story without the main character besides Sonic. Anyway, next up is Space Jam on 4K. I have this on VHS, DVD, and now on Blu-ray/4K because it's a Blu-ray 4K bundle. Funny thing is, I see nowadays, another bad thing about the Sonic 2 movie that they have out on Blu-ray and DVD is that the 4K one does not come with the standard Blu-ray. It's just 4K and just digital. Something I'm not a fan of. I want to have 2 discs in every bundle that I can get for movies. TV shows are different because, they're usually straight to DVD and not Blu-ray sets or anything like that. But anyway, this movie, classic, without a doubt, the only Space Jam, because I don't care for LaChana James's terrible, terrible sequel. Next up is Monster House, a movie I grew up with. I can't remember when this originally came out. 2006? Okay, so that's what the DVD case says. 2006. This movie, really, really good. I absolutely think this movie is amazing and very underrated. Kind of sad that they never made a sequel, but it was still a great movie nonetheless. And I watch this a few times a year. I really like this movie. It's not perfect, but it's so good. Next up is my Cars collection. I did this only a year ago. Does it feel like it's been a year already? I feel like I just got this like a month ago. But this comes with Cars 1, 2, and 3 on Blu-ray. I already own 3 separately. This one, I only needed 1 and 2. That's why I got this. I didn't need an extra copy of 3. But Cars 1 and 2 are great. I did not like 3. 3 had some good moments with Doc Hudson. But besides that, I don't care for her, and I don't care for the other new race car characters. I didn't like the plot on it at all. I wanted to see Lightning McQueen actually win a race in one of these 3 movies. But I don't think he won at all in any of them. I can't remember if he won in 2 all the way. He won a few races, but not the whole match. Because the tournament was a setup. But anyway, Cars 1 and 2 are great. 3, not so good. Next up, some of my favorites. Halloweentown 1 and Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge. Now, these movies are definitely one of my all-time favorite Halloween movies, period. This is seriously some of my favorite Halloween movies growing up. Trying to think if there's much else besides this. There's maybe Scooby-Doo, maybe Rugrats Halloween specials, but besides those, these are classic original films. I absolutely think these are phenomenal. But the funny thing is, in terms of age-wise, this came out in 1998, I believe, in the original. Doesn't say on here, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't say. But this is pretty much the same double pack that I've had prior, but I gave the other copy of it away, either to a friend or a family member. But only because I didn't need 2 copies of the same set, just with a newer sleeve. I just wanted it to match the next one I'm going to show you. But 1 was amazing, it's my favorite. 2 was really good, but it's not quite the same as good as the first. But just barely. I think these movies are amazing. Watch them at least a couple times a year. Even the bad ones, like these. So, Halloweentown High and Halloweentown, Return to Halloweentown. Mostly decent movies. The only thing I don't like is the story in this one. Halloweentown High had some interesting moments, had its Halloweentown feel in some scenes, mainly with Aggie and Marnie. But most of the cast was back from the first 2 films. But in 4, I like 4's story a lot more than 3. But the only issues I have with 4 is I don't care for him at all, and that's not Marnie. The original actress who played Marnie actually was available to reprise her role. Disney just ignored her. Didn't ask her to come back or anything, which was stupid. Aggie was still alive, but they only brought her in like one little scene in the movie. And they didn't bring Sophie in the movie at all, but they did bring Dylan into the film in the 4th one. The 4th one had a better story, like I said. But there was just some minor nitpicks that I have with it because it just doesn't feel fully like Halloweentown without the main characters. But still good specials. I just think 4 is better, but this one had the original cast. So it's kind of hard to say it's like a large margin better or anything. Next up is Toy Story of Terror. This is my original copy that I've unboxed many years ago now on my channel. I wish I got the Blu-ray copy. I really wish, because these movies looked amazing in HD. Classic special. It looks Halloweenish, but it's honestly not. These specials aren't done around Halloween. They're just the only reminiscent part of it would be in the beginning when they're watching a Halloween movie. but it's like a horror movie, but it's the only like Halloween feel to it. Next up is a better special, Toy Story That Time Forgot. This one I did get on Blu-ray, but it says it came with a digital code, but I couldn't get it to work. But yeah, this special is really good. Very underrated, I think. It's definitely a good special. I wouldn't say it's perfect. There's still some minor nitpicks, but it's still a good special nonetheless. Back when Toy Story was good, before they ruined it with 4. Next, and then, terrible woke year, or light year, what they want to call it, but I always call it woke year. Anyway, next up is Toy Story, the original. This is the Blu-ray copy and DVD copy that I got. I got these sets before I got a 4K TV, so I don't have them in 4K, except for Toy Story 2 I do. But good movie, classic, one of my favorites. And then Toy Story 2, the better film. Toy Story 2 was definitely by far the better film of the first 3 films. Or only 3. I just want to say only because I despise 4. But Toy Story 2, amazing. Glad at least got this one in 4K. It's my favorite one. Next up, Toy Story 3. The proper ending of Toy Story, in my personal opinion. This one just had the by far better story. And it was supposed to be the ending, but for some reason they made 4. Next up is Kung Fu Panda, Legends of Awesomeness. I've had this unboxed on my channel years ago as well. I don't know how to feel about this show. So this show is good in spots. It's good in a lot of scenes and a lot of episodes, but it's also really weird. This takes place before, I believe, Kung Fu Panda 2. So this was before Lord Shen. This was, I think, originally released in 2010 or 2011. Oh, wait, 2014. Wait, what? Yeah, 2011. Yeah, that's what I thought. So at the bottom of this... Well, I'm confused. This thing's giving me multiple different years. So I'm going to assume this came out in 2011 or in between 2011 and 2013. People are going to correct me in the comments, which I'm not surprised because people like to be rude about it. But anyway, good show. Not amazing. I thought I was really hoping to get like a complete set of the show, but they only have the first couple volumes. That was the closest thing that we have a complete volume of it almost. Next up is Kung Fu Panda Holiday, which is a stupid name for it. Like the special a lot. I really do. The only thing I hate is that they just don't call it Christmas, because... Yeah, no, Chinese people probably don't really celebrate Christmas, but it's still a Christmas special. It's decorated in Christmas. Just call it Kung Fu Panda Christmas. Is it not that hard to say that? I mean, that time of year is about Jesus' birth. That's what it is. So I don't know why in the world it's so hard for them to say Christmas. But this is a Christmas special. Kung Fu Panda Holiday is a good one. I really do like it. I watch it at least once or twice a year. And then comes up with the movies. Kung Fu Panda 1, the Ultimate Edition of Awesomeness. So I did get rid of my original DVD copy of it to my relative and rebought it on a Blu-ray bundle. And because I wanted this movie on Blu-ray more than I did DVD, because this movie looks amazing in high definition. This movie is amazing. It's my second favorite of the 3 films. 2's my favorite. 1 is my second favorite. 3 is really good, but it's still just not quite as good as the first 2. And speaking of which, my original copy of Kung Fu Panda 2, I need to get this on Blu-ray, and I'm hoping they'll do a re-release of these movies in 4K soon. That would be amazing. I would like to see these trilogy movies being on 4K. Kung Fu Panda 2 is definitely my favorite. Has the best story. It's just all around an amazing movie. Next up is Kung Fu Panda 3. Sadly, the last Kung Fu Panda we'll probably ever see. Because as much as I want to see a Kung Fu Panda 4, I'm not sure how they can really improve the 3 films. The only thing I just don't want them to do is become woke, and a lot of companies have done that. Anything that supports anything that's sinful, that's against God's law, is what gets me away from series all the time. But thankfully, stuff like this, for the most part, don't have anything woke in it. And these movies are hilarious. Good stories, just good characters. I just really do like these movies. Let's get this aside now. Let's see if I can scooch. Oh, sorry. All that over. That was only one pile. Oh dear. Okay. Let's see if I can go a tad bit faster for you guys. Let's see what's next. I think I see what could be next. Let's see if I can reach it though. This is going to be fun to reach. Some of these DVD sets are just so heavy. At least to grab with one hand, I mean. Let's see if I can get this over there. Switch this down that way for now. We'll talk about that in a minute. First up, Power Rangers Turbo. This was the season that I talked about that I watched from Era. I seen the original but didn't care for it. Turbo from then to Mystic are what I watched and what I cared about. Good season, very corny, but it's going to be with the entire franchise. So I'm not going to say that with every single one, corniness. But good season, good characters. Really, really liked it. And the suits looked amazing, which the Lightning Collection needs to release these figures. So, I mean, what they could do also with the Red Ranger, since it was played by two of the main cast, Tommy, Oliver, and also, I forgot his name. My brain is going to fry later. Let's see, does it say the name? I don't see a name, so I don't know. It doesn't say. But good special, good series nonetheless. Next up is the Power Rangers in Space. Really good season, even better story than the previous. And the suits, though not quite as cool looking as Turbo, they still look really nice in terms of design of the suits, because the helmets do have some small differences, even if it didn't look like it at face value. But here we go with the Rangers themselves. This was a really good season. Next up, Lost Galaxy. Now, in Lost Galaxy, I do like as a season. I really do. But there's some things in it that make zero sense. Just have to look up the Pink Ranger, and then you'll understand why. But good season, cool suits, and just a classic season. That was released in, this was the last season in 1990s. Entering the year 2000, we got one of my favorite seasons, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. This season was phenomenal. It wasn't perfect, but it has such a great cast of Rangers. The worst actress would probably be her, to be honest. But the rest of the Rangers were really cool, and I just like the relationship between the Green Ranger and Mrs. Fairweather. It was just really funny. I really liked how he always tried to flirt with her, and she did like him, but he kind of always kind of, what's the word, messed up his lines to impress her, I guess. But anyway, these need to be also released on the Lightning Collection figures. I would really want to get these Rangers as complete set. I don't have any female Rangers yet in my collection. I was getting close. I'm hoping they'll do maybe some of the Lightspeed as well, but I just want to get the main 5 here, and then maybe the Titanium Ranger sometime. But really like this season. Time Force. This was the last one made by Saban before Disney bought them out. And then, what was it? Saban bought it later, then Hasbro bought them afterwards. But Time Force being my all-time favorite season, we only have Wes on a figure form in the Lightning Collection. We need all the Rangers, in my opinion. And we also want I want the Quantum Ranger as well, as a figure. Maybe even, I think it's Chip. Yeah, Chip, which is the little robot bird. I would also like to see a Rancic figure in the Lightning Collection. Rancic was the coolest, definitely second most intimidating villain in the series. I'd say the most intimidating is, Mezagog from Dino Thunder. But this is definitely the second coolest villain in the franchise. Rancic is awesome. This Rangers, the season, so good. Not perfect, like I'm going to say, but it's still good. Wild Force. Cool suits. Some of the Rangers I do like. I don't care for the Red Ranger himself. He kind of bugged me a bit in it, but the corniness between these two here is a little too much, but the suits look amazing. The story was really good until they start doing their what was it? Save the forest kind of activist kind of thing. Like no, that was not necessary. But this season was good. And they also introduced to the Lunar Wolf Ranger. The suit itself was really cool too, which I'm kind of surprised they don't have on the cover. But they only have 2 figures right now. They're going to be making his, and right now they have the Lunar Wolf in the Lightning Collection. Next up is the better season, Power Rangers Ninja Storm. This one is without a doubt one of the better Disney era seasons. Yeah, some of the story plots in the beginning of the season was actually pretty bad, but it got much better as the season went on. These need to come in Ranger figure form as well. Lightning Collection needs to get this set. I definitely want these 3, and definitely the 2, not Crimson. Is it? Yeah, it's Crimson Red and Cobalt Blue Rangers. They need to get them. The Thunder Rangers. I couldn't remember the names. The Thunder Rangers need their figures too. And then there also needs to become the Samurai Green Ranger. They need to get him in figure form too. That'd be awesome with the since his helmet was able to spin. I would like to see that actually be integrated for the figure. Next up is Dino Thunder. Definitely considered the most popular in the franchise. Dino Thunder is amazing. Still has its problems, but it's still one of the better ones that Wokney has made. Really cool suits, really cool characters. We already have all the Rangers in figure form besides the yellow and the black. We need both of their Ranger forms and figure form. But it's an amazing season, nonetheless. Next up, SPD. So SPD, I have a history with it. Anytime I watch a series, it just doesn't hit with me all the time. A lot of the season is, half the season of it is pretty good. Some good stories, the suits are cool, and I like Doggy Kruger as the Shadow Ranger. And then there's also, Kat, the White Ranger, I guess you would call her. No, wait, that's the Omega Ranger. Anyway, too many. But anyways, decent season, okay characters. The acting, though, with these 2 here are pretty bad. But besides that, I thought the Red Ranger was really cool in this one, the yellow one too, because they're kind of like brother and sister. The villain looks honestly stupid, but it was still a decent season. It just had a lot of Disney-esque story plots, which I don't like. They kind of do a lot of their kind of nonsense that Disney pulls. But then it got better with Power Rangers Mystic Force. Mystic Force, though, was the last season I watched. Had really cool suits, really cool Megazords. The shortest season, I think, in the series. This one only had 32 episodes. And the Rangers themselves, though corny, growing up, I really liked her. Let's see. These Rangers need to have their own figures too. Same thing with the Red Ranger's father, who was the purple shielded wolf-looking villain, and then he became the next Mystic Ranger. But this was actually a really decent season, a really catchy theme song. Next up is my big Pokemon collections. Here we go with Pokemon Indigo League. I've never unboxed this on my channel, but if you want, I've had this for about 8 to 9 years, and it's definitely seen some better days. But I watched this a lot. But if you want, I could do a video of unboxing this, even if it's not factory sealed. Classic season, grew up with it myself. Not perfect. Pokemon's far from a perfect franchise, especially from the anime. But mainly because Japan does some weird stuff. That's for sure. Good series, classic. I have always liked this show ever since I was little, so I'm not going to say it's bad. And then here we go for the next big pile, which is all Pokemon. So get ready for a big next set of DVDs that are all just Pokemon. Let's see if I can move them without ruining the cases. Ruining, sorry. Too many DVDs right now. Yeah. These cases are so dry, big. Next up is Pokemon Adventures on the Orange Islands. This was not a brand new set. I found this. I don't know where I found this actually. I can't remember if I ordered this online. I think I ordered this on eBay. Because I don't think I've seen it in a Goodwill or anything. I think I got this online. Because at the time, they'd never re-released this. But then they did about a year or two later after I bought this. Now, this is an older Viz Media set from 2008. This show is much older. Oh, dry throat, sorry. Anyway, we got Golduck, Meryl, we got Poliwag, Wartortle, we got Ash, Charizard, Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Lapras, and Pidgeot. And then we got the individual DVD cases. The DVDs pretty much look the same on all, and they just show the list. That better happened in Scarlet and Violet. The Crystal Onyx needs to be. Good season. I did think it was actually a little better than the original. Just because it had a lot better episodes in it. Next up, a classic. Pokemon The Johto Journeys. I've unboxed these all, so I'm not going to open them. But they're on my channel if you want to watch. Johto was definitely one of my favorite in the series of the anime. Second in terms of my favorite altogether. My favorite is always going to be the Diamond and Pearl era of anime. So, this one, though, yeah. I'd say Diamond and Pearl is my favorite, then probably Johto, and then X and Y in terms of anime. All really good seasons. Anyway, the Johto Journeys had an amazing catch theme song. We got Ash, we got Brock Zubat, we got Ash's Cyndaquil, Pikachu, his Chikorita, and then his Heracross. Then we got Brock's Onix and his Vulpix, or technically he's raising someone else's Vulpix. We got Misty's Politoed and his Psyduck, which is obviously Misty's. Good season. Next up, Pokemon Johto League Champions. We got his Shiny Noctowl, Pikachu, Bayleaf, Bulbasaur, Cyndaquil, and Totodile, all of his Pokemon. Then we got Crobat, which is Brock's. We got Misty's Togepi, and Brock's Geodude, and James's Victory Bell. Good season. Good theme song. And then definitely one of the better theme songs too, the Master Quest. Where it shows Noctowl, Pikachu, Cyndaquil, Bayleaf, Ash holding Pokeball. The spine has that. We got the 3 legendary beasts. I know they're called beasts in canon. Growing up, my friends and I always called them 3 legendary dogs, even though they're not all dogs. I think the closest thing to a dog is Suicune and Entei, but Raikou's definitely not. And I know it's pronounced Raikou for some, but I heard Raikou when I was little from, I think, Pokemon Chronicles, this separate anime. That's when I first heard the pronunciation, so that's what I kept naming it. And I've always preferred Raikou over Raikou, because Raikou sounds stupid. Big Raikou sounds cool. Next up is Pokemon Advance. So I don't have the complete Advance series because there was a character that I absolutely loathed in this season. So that's why I did not get the last one, because he was in it the most. So that's why I didn't get it. That was the last one of the Advance, which was Advance Battle. So I don't have that one. I think. Nope, never mind, I'm wrong. It's, Dread, I forgot. I can't remember. Battle Frontier, that's what it was. I don't have that set. I chose not to get it. But anyway, we got Ash, Brock, May, Max, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, and Pikachu in the cover. Good season. Not flawless. Good series, though. Not as good as the Johto. But then we got Pokemon Advance Challenge with Ash holding Pikachu and Trico. Spine doesn't really show much besides Mudkip and the name. The back has Jirachi, Torchic, and Pikachu. Good season. Next up, Advanced Battle. Wait, did I say Adventure Challenge? I think I said Adventure Challenge. But anyway, yeah, this one's Advanced Battle. Good season. We got Ash, May, Pikachu, and Torchic. On the spine, we got Trico. We got Ludicolo. We got Fortress. And we also got Mudkip. Really good season. Didn't get great again, though. Until Diamond and Pearl. Without a doubt, my favorite in the series of the anime is Diamond and Pearl. Then the Johto series, and then X and Y. Then we got Ash, Brock, Dawn, Piplup, Turtwig, and Chimchar, and Pikachu. And we got Sudowoodo, Happiny, and Baneri. Really, really good season. Really good start. It got much better, though, as the season went on. We got Diamond and Pearl Galactic Battles. We got Ash, Dawn, Baneri, Piplup, and Pikachu. Spine has Buizel, one of my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon. Then we got Yanmega and Piloswine. And all these animes always have good theme songs, so I'm just not going to say that they're all good. They are, but I'm just not going to repeat it. We got Pokemon Diamond Pearl Battle Dimension. Okay, again we got Ash, Dawn, Brock, Pikachu, Weasel, Apom. The side has Chimchar. Then the back has Pachirisu and Krogunk. Really good season. Really, I'm not going to try to repeat myself about the theme song. I need to stop. Next up is Pokemon Diamond Pearl Sinnoh League Victors. Don't remember this one's theme song, honestly, offhand. But we got no main characters. We got Mamoswine, Pikachu, Togekiss, Monferno, Azelf. Then we got Sudowoodo on the spine, Buizel, and Chimchar. I mean, not Chimchar. Cyndaquil. Sorry, Cyndaquil. Seen the flame, didn't see the body. My brain just thought Chimchar. Oh dear. Next up, let's see. Here we go with Pokemon X and Y. With the last good season of Pokemon altogether, until the animation got ugly and the characters got annoying. Anyway, this was a very good season. This is technically a whole season right here. We got Ash and Pikachu. We got Team Rocket with Meowth. The back we see Chespin, Fennekin, Froakie, Bunnelby, Hawlucha, Dedenne, and then all the other scenes from the anime. Let's see. Then we got Pokemon XY, Kalos Quest, with Ash, Serena, Pikachu, and Braixen. Spine has Pikachu. Back has Floette, has Meowstic. Brain can't think. We got Malamar, Meowstic again, that is the female and the male version. We got Swirlix, and Heliolisk, that's what it was. I couldn't remember the name offhand. Good anime, good season. And then we got XYZ. I don't have the second part. Someday, maybe in the future, I'll get it. I don't know. But yeah, we got Ash, the Ash Greninja, Pikachu. We got the Vivillon line, because that's Spupa. And no, that's Scatterbug. That's Spupa, and then that's Vivillon. That name always confuses me. Whew. Next up, Pokemon the first movie. This is the original DVD cover version of it. So I did have another DVD copy a long time ago, but I gave that to a friend of mine for free. Then this is the inside of it, because I'm not going to do retro unboxing of this, because it's literally just a plain disc. And this one does not come with a card because it was used, so there's that. Good movie. Not amazing, but good. Then we got the Pokemon Blu-ray set that comes with 1, 2, and 3. Mine does not have that embossed look like the earlier versions of this did. But still good movies. My favorite probably being 3. 2 was really good though. Next up is the Pokemon Movie 4 set. This thing's price always varies. When it first came out it was $5, then it dropped to $4. Now it's up to $10 because of Beijing Biden's prices. Anyway, so great movie, decent movie, good movie. Then we got Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea. I really liked this growing up, but I don't like it near as much as I remember it being. This one, I think it was one of the last ones that actually had a small mini episode with the movie, I think. Next up is Pokemon Lucario and the Mystery Mew. This is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon movies. Not my all-time, but is one of them. This movie was amazing. Had a great story, good, cool characters, good animation, and also this one came with Pokemon the Mastermind of Mirage Pokemon. This was when Pokemon turned 10. This one came with both discs. This is the movie itself, and this is that special, which, oh man, the voice acting was just getting over to the new voice cast, and it was terrible at the time. But then we got the next Blu-ray set. This one comes with the Diamond and Pearl form of films. This one has Darkrai, The Rise of Darkrai, Giratina the Sky Warrior, Arceus Jewel of something. Jewel of Life, sorry. And then my favorite Pokemon movie of all time, Pokemon Zoroark Master of Illusion. Amazing movie. Really, really liked it. I don't know. Of these 4 films, these 2 are the best. Didn't see that one, and this one is pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's good. But man, Zoroark Master of Illusion was a good movie. Next up is the very mediocre movie set. Pokemon Black and White, the 4-movie collection, even though it's technically just 3. Don't know why they say 4, because these are literally the same movie, just with a reversed legendary, and then a couple Pokemon differences. But Pokemon Black and White was definitely the best movie, though, of the 3. I'm not going to call it 4. I don't think I've seen this one much of it. I think I've seen it once, and same thing with that. I didn't care for those movies. Next up, Pokemon X and Y, Beyonce and the Cocoon of Destruction. So this one is good. I will say this one is a good movie. It's not amazing, but for its first outing in the Kalos region, was actually really good. I just got it. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, this movie was good. Not amazing, but good. Next up, Hoopa and the Clash of Ages. Considered one of the worst. I don't think so. I think Black and White had the worst movies. This one's not good, but it is better than previous. But this movie was decent. Next up, being one of the best ones in this era, Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. This one had the best movie, without a doubt, the X and Y. Amazing, amazing movie. I liked it. I like Volcanion's character. I like how Meowth actually got emotional about Beyonce. Or not Beyonce, sorry. About, oh drat, what is that thing called? I can't remember what the thing is called. Magearna. I don't see the name on there, I just remembered it. Oh, there's the name. Magearna. This Pokemon itself was only okay as a character, but it was still a good movie. I really do like it. Next up was the last one of the X and Y movies altogether, which is Pokemon I Choose You, a alternate reality version of Ash Ketchum from the main series, where he got Pikachu from the beginning. But this one is a good movie. I do really like it, but it isn't as good as Volcanion. I do like it. It's just not the same. Next up is the last Pokemon one on my list. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. At first, I hated this movie when it first came out in theaters because I do not like Ryan Reynolds. I don't. I think he's overrated. His voice bugs me. I think he's just obnoxious. But with Pikachu, he toned down his annoyingness a bit to make it actually funny. Pikachu, this movie was really good, even if it's corny like crazy. Has good animation, good characters, but the thing I just don't like is Ryan Reynolds. I don't like him as a person, and I definitely don't like what they did to Mewtwo's voice at all, because Pokemon itself is supposed to be genderless, but they for some reason chose both a man and a woman to voice it. That makes no sense. In the anime, Mewtwo was a man, so that's why I always hated any voice besides the original voice. I may complain a lot, that's just because how much I care about these series. Let's see if I can move my stuff a bit, because I have so much DVDs, as you can see. Oh, it's about to fall. It's about to fall. It's so difficult to move this stuff without you know, making sure everything doesn't fall. Oh dear, I can't remember which one goes where. This goes there. That goes there. And ow, my legs. This is actually going to be longer than... Brats. This is actually going to be longer than my previous video. Oh boy. I'm not sure if this will be separate into another part or not. Just for the sake of... it's already at 45 minutes. Let's see. Well, let's see. I guess I could do this one next. Alright, here we go. The biggest one in my set. This is the Dick Van Dyke Show. One of my favorite shows of all time. This show is amazing. It's not perfect. It does have issues. But this show is really good regardless of its issues. The cast and crew are hilarious. You like most of the characters in the show. What was that? What fell out of there? Oh, that comes out. I did not know that. Interesting. But anyway. But this show is a classic. I don't remember watching it much growing up. I found it a few years ago. And then I was obsessed with it when I watched it. And then, because I was so obsessed with it, my mom got this for me for my birthday. This is a birthday gift that I got a couple years ago now. Without a doubt, one of my all-time favorite shows with amazing characters. And next up, we've got Rugrats Reptar Returns. Going to my favorite show of all time, Rugrats. You see Reptar, Tommy, and Dill. And Reptar in the back. This was before I got the complete set. So anything of DVDs that I could get of Rugrats at the time, I got. Good show. Amazing show, actually. Phenomenal. I really love Rugrats. So, then we got Rugrats Decade in Diapers. I want to get the VHS tapes versions of these because it's the same thing, just in VHS tape. But they released it in 2 volumes. This comes with also the unaired pilot. Not unaired, I mean, was it unaired? Let's see. Nope, it just says pilot, so it actually was aired. Really classic show still. Season 1. When I unbox this on my channel, I still have this, even though I have the complete set. I got these because I wanted it at the time, and I thought they were going to do that. But they did not. Bother. Hold on one sec. Let's see if I can face these in a certain direction for me to reach them easier. And here's that. Okay. Next up is Season 2. That was Tommy. This one's Chucky. I unboxed. It's already on my channel, so I didn't talk much about it. Season 3 with Angelica on it. And then Season 4 with Susie. That was the last time they did the individual volumes. And then they finally released the whole set last year. And I'm so sick of them not doing a Blu-ray set instead of a DVD. Blu-ray would last longer. Cool artwork, but terrible packaging on the inside. The way they place the discs is the worst way to do it. My all-time favorite show, but the people who put this together could have done a better job. But besides that, amazing show. Kind of wish they would have did it like how they did with this show. Individual little cases. That would have been better. But fantastic show. My all-time favorite show, and I will never get tired of it. Next up is Rugrats in Paris. This is a copy I found at Goodwill a couple months back. I only bought it because this is an original DVD copy from 2001, or 2000, one or the other. My second favorite film of all time. Next up, Rugrats Trilogy Collection with 1, 2, and 3. I gotta go a little fast because I have to actually use the restroom. Anyway, next up is the Santa Claus Trilogy. I've had this unboxed on my channel in the past. It's still uploaded. Phenomenal movies. Grew up with them all. Then, here we go. That was the DVD set. Also got the Blu-ray versions. Which these are classic movies again. My favorite being Santa Claus 2. Speaking of which, Santa Claus 2. This is my favorite of the three films, without a doubt. Has the best story. Santa Claus 3. People consider this to be a terrible movie, but I actually do like it. It's campy, it's corny, not as good in the story-wise as 1 and 2, but still a good movie nonetheless. Then, oh, that was it for that pile. Well, that was quick. Let's see. Next up would be the Bah Humduck, a Looney Tunes Christmas movie. I grew up watching this movie. I found this, I think, at a thrift store or Goodwill, and thought it was honestly a very good special. Pretty much another version of the classic movie. What was it? The Scrooge, Scrooge, I think this was called. Anyway, next up is Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. This movie, honestly, is a movie I watched when I was a kid. I was terrified of it until just about maybe 5-6 years ago. Then we got Prep and Landing, two Christmas specials, not really movies, that I think are actually really good and honestly should get an actual full-length movie, I think. But knowing with how Disney is now with being woke, I doubt they'll ever do that. And next up is pretty much the same thing, just a Blu-ray version. Because I have one of these in full HD, so that way I can actually have it in higher resolution. So I have an extra copy of Prep and Landing that I don't need unless I want to give it to a friend or family member. Next up is Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think I found this used at a Goodwill or game store, and that's weird. I don't hear the disc in it. Well, that's not good. Then I got Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. I really liked this movie growing up, to be honest, and think it's underrated. I think a lot of people hate it, but I'd like it. Next up is Nick's Picks Holiday, which is pretty much a Christmas collection. They still can't say Christmas, which annoys me. Oh, hiccups. Comes with Rugrats All Grown Up, with a really good Christmas special, with SpongeBob and Fairly OddParents. It also comes with Rugrats The Santa Experience, which is actually a really good special. Then Danny Phantom, The Fright Before Christmas, which is actually also a good special. My Life as a Teenage Robot, which I thought was an okay show, but that episode was really dark. Then Chalk Zone, When Santas Collide, which was honestly a good show, but I did not like that special. Next up is Snow Day, the DVD copy of it. This was just a recent re-release of this. Actually, no, not re-release. Sorry, this was the first time it was released on disc. See, does it say the year this came out? On 2017. So released in 2017 on DVD for the first time. Then we got Arthur Christmas. Decent movie, good story, but I just don't care for some of the characters in the movie. Next up is The Polar Express on Blu-ray. Now this one is a classic. I have it on VHS and now on Blu-ray. I don't have a DVD copy, but I'm not sure if I really need to, unless I just want one. But then I got Charlie Brown's Christmas Tales just last year, and it's pretty good specials. Not amazing, but good. Then we got a classic movie, in my opinion, the Peanuts movie. The last good Peanuts-related product, honestly, probably ever. It's a great, great movie. Phenomenal movie. Really good. Tell that they were fans of the original, and actually kept it like the original. Nothing woke, nothing new technology, no cell phones, no nothing. Just good old classic Peanuts movie fun. Then we got it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown Blu-ray version. Good special, classic special. Then my favorite special, which is the Charlie Brown Christmas. I got this copy quite a few years ago at a local game store used. Then I got Frosty's Winter Wonderland. Honestly, a good special. I really do like this one. A lot of people don't think it's nearly as good as the original, which, I don't know. I do think it's a little better. I do like it, though. Oh, drat. Then, we got Legend of Frosty the Snowman, which is an okay movie. I only got it because I watched it when I was, like, a teenager when this came out. And this movie was good, but not great. Interesting story. but weird execution in some of it. Next up is Santa's Magical Stories, which comes with all these classic movies, including one of my favorites, The Year Without a Santa Claus. This one comes with the original Grinch. Comes with Jack Frost, which is actually a good movie. Then The Miser Brothers Christmas, which is only okay. Then it comes with Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, which is actually pretty good. Then we got the originals. The originals Christmas classics, including Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Frosty the Snowman, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I've had this set for probably a good 12 years. Comes with other classics like The Little Drummer Boy, and these others, and Frosty Returns. I don't know about the other two in the middle because I've never watched them, but interesting. Next up is the Blu-ray version of it. This one comes with all those films as well, but it only comes with The Little Drummer Boy and Cricket on the Hearth. Doesn't come with Mr. Magoo or Frosty Returns. Then we got VeggieTales, the toy that saved Christmas. Definitely the best VeggieTales special. The thing I hate about, though, is that they shortened this phrase where it says the toy that saved Christmas reminds children of all ages that Christmas isn't about getting, it's about giving. And then it should say, like the VHS copy says, that the greatest gift of all was baby Jesus. Don't know why they got that out of that release. Now we're down to the last two piles, and thankfully they're smaller. And I do mean thankfully, because I'm tired, and I really had to do some personal stuff downstairs. Anyway, next up is Ernest Wacky Adventures, sorry. These are pretty much just the greatest hits volumes, which is showing off his commercials that he did, and were hilarious. I didn't really get into them all that much growing up until my cousins showed me, which I would definitely like to thank. They're going to say their first names. Jeffrey, Nathan, Cheyenne, Maddie, and Autumn. I just want to thank them all for introducing me to such a good person. Jim Varney, who became a Christian before he had passed, which is a great thing, because that means he has hope, and I'm praying that he's in heaven, because he deserves it. This is such a good person, a good special, like little classic shorts, I guess. I only have one of his other movies. No, two of them, sorry. This is my favorite one, though. Ernest Saves Christmas. Without a doubt, one of my favorite Christmas movies. I like to watch it every year. It's a phenomenal little movie. Let me scooch this back more. Next up, we got Tim Hawkins. I'm No Rock Star. I found this used at a Goodwill, actually. Good special. It's actually a Christian comedian, if you haven't heard of him. Then, these were given to me by my cousins, so I can't say that I bought these. These are Tim Hawkins and Sanitized. This next one, though, was a gift from my mom. So, this one is Rock Show Comedy Tour from Tim Hawkins, Bob Smiley, and John Branyan. All other Christian comedians. Great special. It's so funny, if you haven't seen him. And then, also, Tim Hawkins, Push, Pull, Point, Pal. Another special. That one was another one from my cousins. This one's from my mom. This one's called That's the Worst. Definitely one of his better DVDs, without a doubt. And then the last one he has released, which is Tim Hawkins' Just About Enough. I have unboxed this on my channel as well. And then a very good movie, but also terrifying one. Not going to say the name, but it's a very creepy, but good movie, though. Next up is Pilgrim's Progress, Journey to Heaven, which is actually a good film. Corny, but really, really good, though. Next up is Mom's Night Out. Thought this was a funny movie. Not great, but one I can watch. It's good, but it's mostly good anyway. Then we got Duck Dynasty, I'm Dreaming of Redneck Christmas. My only Duck Dynasty in the collection. I haven't watched this in a couple years, I need to. And then we got The Encounter. There are two of these films, but I only have the first one. This movie was really, really good. I seen it one night when I was staying up late, and I found it on a Christian station and had to find out what movie it was. It took me a while to find it, but it was called The Encounter. Such an amazing, amazing movie if you have not seen it. Next up, Bible Man, A Fight for Faith. This is one of my original copies I've had since I was a kid, and the last one that I actually got before Josh Carpenter took over, which this is the first one where he did. Good special. It had the last feel of Bible Man before I left it. Then we got Left Behind. This movie is amazing. 1 and 2 are great. 3 was good too, but I don't have that one. Left Behind 2. Phenomenal movie, because that's going to happen someday, so. Then we got The Perfect Stranger and Another Perfect Stranger 2-pack. I've had this for quite some time as well. Really good movies. They're not perfect, but they are good. Ironically, because their name says Perfect Stranger. Then, next up is the last little pile, which is Clancy. Phenomenal movie. But man, it's such a sad but great movie. But I like the alternate ending a lot more than the one they went with. And then, an underrated movie, The Perfect Gift. I've unboxed this on my channel many years ago. This movie is a really good message into it, because it's definitely true. Pretty much like what the tagline says. What if the whole world threw you a birthday party and you weren't invited? Such a good movie. Next up is Do You Believe, from the creators of God's Not Dead. Really good movie. I don't say it's phenomenal, but I do really like it. Has a great message and just great story. Next up is What If? This movie was pretty much about a billionaire who pretty much says, what if God gave you a second chance? So pretty much, he was a billionaire who had everything. But then, oh wait a minute, is this the guy who played Mesogog? Could be wrong. I'll have to double check on that. But anyway, this movie was amazing. If you don't know who this guy is, he is John Ratzenberger. He actually played in a lot of Disney movies because of he played Ham in Toy Story and a lot of other characters in their Pixar films. But he's a Christian. But this movie was really good. So long story short, he's a billionaire who originally was going to become a priest, but then he got caught up in himself and money. Then God gave him a second chance to see what he would have gotten. He would have gotten a wife and 2 daughters. And then it turns out he really liked them, and then was sent back to his original timeline, found the girl that he was supposed to marry, and then got married again. And all got married for real. Anyway, next up is a movie called Heaven is for Real. Amazing movie, based off the book. Not as good as the book, but it's because it's, from movie to book, it's going to be nowhere near as long. Next up is I Can Only Imagine, the last good theoretical movie that's a Christian movie. Absolutely a phenomenal movie. If you have not seen this, go watch it. It's absolutely outstanding. Ouch, I keep hitting everything. Next up is Flywheel. This was given to me as a gift from my uncle before he had passed away a few years ago. But I've had this DVD for a good 10 years or so. I'm not sure if I've ever unboxed this on my channel or not. But this was from the same creators of Facing the Giants and Courageous and Fireproof and War Room. And really good movie. Speaking of which, Facing the Giants. Had this since I was a kid. Phenomenal movie. Great story. It's going to be the same for Courageous. One of the greatest Christian films. Not the greatest, but one of them. Phenomenal movie, phenomenal story. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. And then War Room, one of their best films. I'd say Courageous is the company's best film. Then I'd say this one's right after. Phenomenal movie. Thought this was so good. And you'd be surprised about who she is in this movie and her story behind the movie. Then we got the Bible. The TV series was really good. I haven't seen it since I don't know how many years. I need to watch it. But super good. It's not flawless. It does have some issues that don't what's the word? Oh, I can't think now. Doesn't follow the Bible exactly, I should say. They did a good job, but it still needs to be done a little better. Then we got my favorite film of all time, The Passion of the Christ. This is our original copy that we've had since I was younger, and every time I watch it, I always cry. It is one of the rare movies that actually can make me full on cry. And it's phenomenal. Oh, it's so good. And this movie needs to be seen by everybody. But that's it. That's all of my movies on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray. Tell me in the comments below what you guys are going to think about this video, and what do you think of my entire collection. That was a ton to go through, and I'm glad it's done, and I'm hoping you enjoyed it, and thankfully I don't have to do this hopefully ever again. See you next time, and God bless.